Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to today's video. I hope you guys have all been very well, and especially you business owners out there, I hope you guys have been taking note on what to actually do moving into 2020. So within today's video, I'm actually gonna give you my thoughts as to why Facebook and Instagram have removed the ability for us to see how many likes per post, what that means from a, I guess, psychological perspective, how that benefits a lot more people out there, especially content creators, and also, what that means for Facebook and Instagram internally as a business. Now, let's not kid ourselves, there must be a financial reason as to why they've been able to push such a rollout, and Mark Zuckerberg, the board, and the shareholders, what they're going to get financially moving forward. So around August, September this year, at least here in Australia, I think there were other countries that were sort of fast-tracked with regards to this rollout, maybe Canada and a few countries over in Europe. That's when we started to notice that Facebook was, removing those likes, and as well Instagram. And initially I thought it was amazing, I thought it was great. Reason being is because it allows a lot more content creators out there, whether or not they're looking at producing content for the platform, or if they've been a seasoned veteran that's been producing content for many years. It gives them that ability to push out content without the anxiety and the stress of whether or not this person would call it relevant or successful based on the number of likes that they get. So again, it removes that complexity, it removes that, I guess, strain or that layer of anxiety, as I said before, and it just encourages a lot more people to post. Now, with that being said, also it actually gives us a level playing field as well in terms of whether content creators are good or not based on whatever arbitrary number that they had beforehand. It actually gives every single person the ability to really put out content that's of quality. And again, it's not necessarily based on whether or not this post has 14,000 likes and I should like with it. It's based on the creativeness. It's based on the creative that the person's been able to put out. Even the narrative as well, depending on whether or not they've attached that photo or that image or that video with a story in the actual description itself. So there's so many other creative options and availability for people to actually express themselves, not feeling the angst behind it. Now, I actually understand that there could be more of a reason for the humanistic perspective in terms of removing a lot more of the bullying and removing a lot more of the stress or the drama that comes with how many likes this post has got in comparison to someone else. Now, I guess even myself included at one point, when you've got the ability to post something up and then 10-15 minutes later you go back, how many likes has this post got? So you've got this rush of dopamine and serotonin just really coming through, which doesn't really, it's not necessarily good for their health, if that makes sense. And actually, I was listening to a podcast earlier today about how someone's actually gone to the point of how we fast with food. They're actually looking at fasting from dopamine, which all comes down to meditation and spirituality, which again is for a video for another time. But yeah, I thought that was such a really good concept. And I feel like Instagram and Facebook, or Facebook owning Instagram, are sort of moving in that direction there in terms of trying to better focus on the health of the individual consumer that is on their platform. Now, let's not kid ourselves, there must be a financial benefit as to why Facebook has actually rolled out such a significant change on the platform. So as I was thinking, I was wondering, there must be a financial benefit. There must be something in the back end there for Facebook, the board, Mark Zuckerberg, and the shareholders to benefit financially. If there's a lot more content creators, if there's a lot more people producing a lot more content on the platform, which means that there's a lot more people spending time on it, it gives a huge amount of surface area for people to actually advertise on it. So as you can imagine, from a very, very complex equation, if there's 10 posts here, you sort of get around 3 or so advertising posts in between. So you can imagine if there's 100 posts, you probably get 30. If there's 100,000, you get 30,000. As you scale up and exponentially grow in terms of how many posts are out there, the larger surface area, you could even call this the flywheel effect. It is just raining money all day long for the business owners, well, not sorry, the business owners, but for Facebook out there, which is crazy. Now, from an influencer's perspective, initially people thought that they were going to lose a lot of business from it, where in my opinion, and from what I've done my research on, not really. It's probably slowed down the process of actually acquiring an influencer, but you still got to look at the metrics. The influencer still needs to give you the analytics, hand that over, and really get to gauge whether or not they're an actual influencer or a realistic influencer. Okay, so there's actually a very important point that I forgot to include in this video here regarding influencers and the actual platform removing the likes. Now, primarily the reason why that they wanted to, and again, this is my opinion, is to just remove a lot of the hold or a lot of the, I guess, lack of better sway that the influencers had on the platform. Because as you can imagine, as a business going directly to the influencer and from the influencer going directly to the consumer, it sort of bypasses the platform entirely. So the thought behind this is that once they removed the ability to show that the influencers are influencers, it actually encourages the businesses to go back and invest on the actual platform itself. So it goes from business to platform to consumer, rather than business, influencer, third party, over to the customer. So anyway, that's one that I completely forgot to add, but yeah, wanted to add nonetheless. Enjoy. Again, I don't think the influencer space is degraded or damaged significantly. I think there's still definitely a market there for the influencers. What I do believe though is that there's going to be a lot longer vetting process, or there's going to be a lot, as opposed to going directly to the influencer straight away and asking to sign up with them or asking to showcase their product or service. It's going to be probably a lot longer in terms of, are these guys really who they say they are? Although that they're an influencer, they've got X amount of followers, what's their comments and shares like in terms of scalability or ratio. There's a whole lot of metrics out there that you can determine whether or not they're actually legitimate, but again, that's for a business to actually do a lot of their vetting, which should be done strenuously, or done properly at least. Anyway, that's the video for today. I hope you guys got some, understanding as to why I think, Facebook has removed the likes from both their platforms. Obviously that there's a humanistic and there's more a psychological perspective that's going to benefit society out there. Obviously, that with the benefit there must be a financial reason, which I feel like because there's a lot more people playing in their field or in their platform, ecosystem, whatever you want to call it, it means that there's going to be a lot more opportunity for business owners out there to advertise and spend in there, which means that Facebook and the shareholders are going to be singing all day long because of that. Anyway, that's the video for today. If you guys do like it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you guys want more videos very similar to this as well, be sure to comment down below and let me know what type of videos you'd like to see from a social media and digital marketing perspective. And as well, if you really do like these videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and yeah, no doubts, I'll see you guys very, very soon.